Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to share with you guys today how I do my flat iron curls. I am going to be using the T3 1-inch flat iron. I love this one. I personally think you could use a 2-inch, you could use whatever you like for these types of curls, but I personally like the 1-inch. So I've already prepped my hair. This is just 100% my hair. It's naturally super straight. And so I put in a heat protectant before I blow dried. And then I've also done my Olaplex cocktail using the number 6 and number 7. And that's really all I put in my hair before I curl it. I really like undone curls, so I don't put like hairspray in first. I'll touch it up with like some texture spray at the end, but other than that, that's about it. So for me, I have super low density, super fine hair, so I can section my hair out in 3 sections. Sometimes I might do 4 if I really want an extra tight curl, but for me, it's just 3 sections. You can do however many you want, however much is gonna fit your hairstyle. So what I'll do is section out right like at my ear. I'll section that out. And I'll take an alligator clip and I will pin it up. Austin calls this my squirrel tail, so yep. Then I'm splitting it in the back. Like I said, super low density. I'm probably only gonna do 2 sections. So I personally have seen this in tutorials. It doesn't work for me and I don't really love the curl how it is. When you take the straightener, you turn it and pull to the end. I just don't really love that curl. I feel like this portion here doesn't get curled, and then I feel like this just gets too tightly curled. So I'll do it again on here. I'm turning and then pulling all the way down, which that like fell out. So like if you just pull at it, I leave the ends out, but I just feel like it is too straight at the top here, and then the ends are more curly, and I just don't I don't really like that look. So on this side, what I'm gonna do is take the flat iron, I'm going to do 1 curl and drop it. And you can see that the ends are now straight. If you want to, you can pick it up again and you can find your curl and just do another curl. And then the ends are straight. I just find that now you have a bit more lift up closer to the root. So I'll try to get on this section. Let's put this one in 2. So I'm going to curl 1 section, or 1 like half of the hair strand. So I have my curl, this is still straight. I'm going to re-find the curl and curl again. And then I'm going to re-find the curl and I just let that go because I want those ends straight. This is just my preference on how I like the ends of my hair. I also feel like if you leave the heat off of the ends of the hair, they're gonna be less damaged. So last time, I'll take it, I'm turning, I will drop it. If this is all straight here, and then I'm gonna find the curl again, curl, and then drop. And I just love my ends a little bit more straight. So you can kind of see that these curls are just a little bit more long and spaced out, and then these curls are just a little bit tighter up at the ends. Both are really pretty. This is how I do my curls. Like I said, I don't like a really tight curl, so I'm already gonna brush it out. The longer you let the curl sit there curled up without brushing it out, the tighter the curl's gonna be. It's probably gonna stay in contact or like intact a little bit longer. I like them to almost be just loose and like flat. All right, take this, sectioning out like maybe an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Again, my awesome little squirrel tail. Move that off to the side. Section in the back. And pull it forward. I always start in the back. I just find that I can make sure that every piece of hair is covered or is curled rather than starting in the front. Then going to like see what's curled, what's not curled. The thing I love about doing curls with flat iron is that every strand on your hair is going to get touched by the heat. So when you're curling and you like wrap it around the curling iron, typically your ends are going to be what's like closest to the iron, and then when you wrap your hair around, like those hairs on top, I feel like just aren't getting as much heat as the bottom is, which I think is going to make the ends a little bit more damaged, and I think it's going to make the ends a little bit tighter, and the top is just going to be that like longer, like almost straight piece where you just have a bunch of curls down here. So I'll show you guys again. See, like you can already tell those are just like, that's like straight, and like this still has that curl up there. Okay, so take the back again, show you exactly what I mean. You take the iron and just like pull it down. I don't even know if I could do it without lifting it. Okay, see, that just doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is, but like this just feels so straight to me. Whereas if I wanted to go in there, make a tight curl, drop it, find where it bends, curl it again, drop it, find where it bends, curl and drop. I know it sounds really hard, but honestly, like I could not curl hair with a flat iron like 3-4 years ago, and now this is all I do. I love using flat iron curls on my brides. I love using flat iron curls on all my clients in my chair, and I love doing it on me. And it's honestly not that much like slower than you would be using a curling iron to curl hair. So taking the section, curling once, drop it. I'm like taking my hand and kind of reforming that curl, drop, drop, and then I just let those like do its thing. So now you have a solid curl from the very top to the end. I don't like curling these, like I said, just like them straight, and I'll just put some oil in them in the end. I'm taking about, say like an inch or so, really the size of my iron. I would honestly take these sections if I was doing a 2-inch too, but I feel like this is a good amount of hair. If you do more hair, it's gonna be looser. If you do less hair, it's gonna be a lot tighter. So I'm also holding it like a 90-degree angle because I want that max lift here at the root. If I was holding it down here, I would already start off making the curl so much lower. So I kind of like elevate the hair so that I get that elevation in the very first part of the curl. So curl, drop, curl, drop, oops, curl, and leave out. Okay, my front pieces, because I don't like such a tight curl around my face here, I'm gonna do a little looser, almost kind of not as like I don't really care about it as much. I'm just kind of like making it curl. So this one I keep a little lower because I don't want that curl to be up here by my eyebrow. It always does that though, but I want the curl to be like lower down by my cheekbone. So I'm gonna take it and like curl it. Super slow, but you see how like that curl is just so much less done, and these are so much more done. Also, all of these have been already setting in the curl form in the back, and this front one I want to be looser, so I'm just gonna go ahead and brush it out. But you can see that curl stays, like that's only like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches away from my scalp. Whereas like the other curls, I just feel like the curl is all at the bottom, and you don't get this like volume in here. Okay, all right. I'm gonna speed this one up since I have already showed you the side. Okay, I'm on my last section. I only did 3 sections. Like I said, I really don't have a lot of thick hair. so I can do it in smaller sections. I'm just gonna find, like I did before, all the pieces that are straight, and these are all the pieces that are curled. If you pick up any that are curled, you can just recurl them and it'll be fine. So I'm taking from the back. I've actually like never looked at the back of how I do that, so I hope it's okay. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing, pull out, elevated, curl once. Oops. I'm gonna tighten that one up just a little bit. I'm also on like a medium heat right now. I feel like if it's too light, it won't really touch it, but if it's too hot, then you're kind of damaging. I'm gonna find the curl, curl again. Find the curl, curl again. And just like the ends. So I might have touched on it a little bit, I kind of forget, but I really wanted to touch on the fact that yes, I have super straight hair, and so this is probably easier for me to kind of like see where and how the curls are gonna be. I think honestly, I mean, I've done this with my curly haired clients, and you can kind of flatten their, like the original curl that you have or that they have, and while curling a new curl pattern. So you're straightening out their original curl pattern while adding in this new curl pattern. I just think with a curling iron, if you wrap the curl or the hair around the curling iron, you're almost wrapping it and you don't have enough tension to really like pull out their original curl. So your curls might just be a little off. That's just my preference. So you can see I've already created a curl. This is all straight, it hasn't even been touched yet. I'm gonna find that edge of the curl, curl again, curl again. Okay, so I do 1, 2, 3 curls in my hair. I don't have very long hair, but I have done this on girls with like super long hair, even girls with extensions who are like have so much hair. Maybe you do 5, maybe you do 6. Honestly, you just add a few more curls and keep finding the curls. On my shorter hair clients, I literally will just curl once and then I'll just like kind of straighten out those ends. So a little bit bigger of a section, I'm gonna just brush it out so that I'm not like flat ironing any creases in the hair that I already created. Okay, curl once, curl again, and curl again. The nice thing too is that when the hair is cooling, that's what's setting the curl into that pattern. When you're curling and you add each curl in, it gives the last curl like that split second just to kind of like set in there. So the top has been setting so long, the bottom not so much. I'll be able to, you know, brush that out, and technically the top has been, you know, holding that curl just like a second longer, so it gives it more lift up at the top here. See, that was like kind of a curl that was there, but you can just get curled again. Curl, curl, curl. I'm using that edge to like bend it almost, and I like that straightness, something like that. And again, up at the front, I am gonna just kind of do a little bit less of a good job on it and just let it kind of do its thing. See, so these are like curled a lot more, these just a lot less, because I just like it to be a little less tight up the front. So this one, this is my favorite part. I over direct the hair towards the opposite side because you're gonna get that max lift in the root right there. So if you're over directing it and you curl that way, it's gonna want to just stay on that side. So I'm taking the flat iron, I'm almost pulling away from that side and then curling, curling. That was a little bit tighter of a curl, so that might take the curl a little bit higher, but I'll just brush it out. Okay, I'm gonna let this last top section sit longer and brush it out when I'm all done, just because I just want a little bit more texture at the top. So I'm gonna make sure I don't have any like long pieces that I'm missing. just toss those to the back. And then we'll start on this side. And I'm gonna fast forward this one. Okay, so I have finished. I didn't look at a clock, but honestly that probably took me 10 minutes. And I mean, I don't know, I think if I was curling it, it probably would have taken me like 15 or 20. All right, so I'm taking my brush. I forgot to tell you guys, it's just a wet brush. You can probably use any brush, but I personally just love wet brushes for anything and everything. So you can start at the bottom, you can start at the top, whatever works for you. I'm just gonna brush through. Okay, and brush through. Okay. I also like to, I have a middle part and I don't, like I said, I like my hair kind of messier and just like undone. So I just take it and push it back. And let's see, let's hope I can do this right. So just taking it, brushing it all out. If you personally like a bit tighter of a curl, I would have just taken my fingers and just kind of like raked through it, and then obviously added like a hairspray or just something to like keep it intact. I also would have let those curls probably sit a little bit longer. So now it's the finished product. You can see that the curl isn't like super high, but at the same time we're not starting our curl like down here, you know, like those like second grade photos that we had where we just had these like cluster of curls right here. So I have my curls, there's 1, 2, 3, and then my ends are straight. I like my ends, you can go in and just like flat iron them. Adds more heat to the ends and probably damages them a little bit more, but if you're on a low heat and you're using a heat protectant, you'll be okay. Okay, so to finish it off, I'm gonna be using what I have left of the Design Me Puff Me Dry Texturizing Spray. Yeah, I don't have anything in here. That's gonna be fun. I didn't really check that before. Oh, a little bit. So I'm opening up my hair, getting all this space so this can get in there and kind of like grasp every hair strand. Just scrunching it up, kind of like leaving these down, but like more back here. Yeah, that's out. I need more. Yep. Okay, well, you know, that's okay. It did what I needed it to. Kind of rough it up a little bit. I like these a little bit more face framing. And textured. I also never pointed out that I curl everything away from my face. If you want even like more texture in your hair, you can switch how you curl it. So like the curls that you're curling away, you can curl towards, do the exact same motion, but then you'll get a little bit more breakup in here. I just wouldn't curl anything towards your face past your ears. So there's my ear. All of this hair, I'm not gonna curl towards my face. It just is, I feel like more flattering to kind of like take away from the face, and it kind of like lifts it a little bit. So all right guys, that is my flat iron curl tutorial. You guys have been asking for it for so long, so thanks for holding out. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you practice this, try it, please tag me, please let me know. It means the world to me knowing that you guys get some sort of benefit, even if like any of this helped. Yeah, so I hope you guys are having a great day and enjoy your curly hair.